the data we need on our map. The next thing we're going to do is display tabular data as a feature class or as a layer. So in your left-hand tab, or in your contents pane on the left, you'll see at the bottom standalone tables, and you should have Rocky Mountain National Park campsites CSV. This is a standalone table, so there's no symbology. It is literally just a table. So if you right-click on it and open, you'll see what looks like an attribute table. And we can see here, we've got the site code, the campsite name, or the camp name, and then we've got these UTM East, UTM North, longitude, and latitude. These are all different ways of displaying XY data. So knowing that we have this, we can display that XY data on our map. So if we right-click, again, on that Rocky Mountain Campsite CSV, in this long list of options, we can choose Display XY Data. So if you click on that, over here in the right, the Geoprocessing tab will open and will allow you to run the XY Table to Point tool at some point. I realized a little while ago that my computer turns 10 years old this year, so sometimes it's a little slow. Since we chose to run this tool by right-clicking in the table of contents, it already has our input table. That is what we chose to use. For the output feature class, I'm going to browse and put this in my CLTL Day 2 database, and I'm going to name it Rocky Mountain National Park Campsites XY, and save. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is choose my coordinate system. This is very important when you're visualizing data. If you visualize your data in a coordinate system that it doesn't have these XY data for correctly, it will not show up correctly on your map. And after we do this, if you want to see it, we can do it incorrectly and we'll show you what happens there. But that's time permitting later on. I'm going to choose the same coordinate system as my boundary layer. So if you open this drop down, and select Rocky Mountain National Park boundary, you will see that it chooses the coordinate system of that layer. So NAD 1983 UTM zone 13 north. That is indeed what we want. So now we choose our X field and we want UTM because that is the coordinate system we're using. UTM east, that is our X, and our Y will be UTM north. So once you have that filled out, you can click run. I'm actually going to close this table while it's running. And we've got our campsites. All right. How we're doing? Does anyone need me to repeat any of that? Sure thing. I'm just going to remove this. So once again, those steps, if we right click in our contents pane on the left, we right click this table, display XY data. It brings up our tool in the right hand pane here. Our input table is just what we used from here. Our output feature class, I will name it Rocky Mountain National Park campsites XY2. Hit save. Now for my coordinate system here at the bottom, I will open this drop-down menu and I will select Rocky Mountain National Park boundary. That will change it to NAD 1983 UTM Zone 13 North. For my X field, I will again open the drop-down and select UTM E for East. For my Y field, I'll open the drop-down and select UTM N for North. And that is all I need to do. So you should have something filled out similar to this. And then when that is all filled out and ready, you can click Run. And it will add it to your map as these nice dots. Great, so you have now added tabular data to your map. And even better, it is now a feature class within a geodatabase. Okay.
I have a question really quickly.
Sure.
I got a warning that the feature class already exists.
This one right here, this yellow caution.
Yeah. Okay. So that's fine.
Yeah. So after you click Run, that should pop up. So the geoprocessing window stays open. And now that that has run, it created this feature class in the output database. So it's just telling you if you tried to run it again, there's already something named that in the database.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, we're not going to cover geocoding in depth, but if it is something you need, if you had, say, we'll open this up, and let's just pretend that this campsite was actually a list of addresses. You could use a geocoder to take those addresses and, again, create points on the map for those addresses. To do that, you would again right-click, but instead of saying display XY data, you would say geocode table. Again, we don't have that list of addresses, so we're not going to do that. If it's something you're interested in doing, by all means, contact us and we can walk you through that process one-on-one. It is a bit more involved and can be finicky sometimes, so it warrants more detailed instruction.